One of the interesting things about cooking your own growing your own vegetables, is that you get carrots that look like this. Weird shapes. Now obviously we won't be trading those on the market, but they grow and they're eatable. So what I'm going to probably do here is I'll take these smaller ones, put them in a pot because it's quite a nice little size. You can make stir fries with these. You could do a seasoning on the side and garnish it. But what I've done is I've got my water boiling. You could bring it to boil as you put them in, but I wanted to bring them boil. I'll chuck my my carrots in there, and then I'll put my lettuce in after that. Yeah, so just remember safety around when you're doing fry ups. Be mindful of the tamariki if you have them around. Make sure your handles are facing off rather than here. You know, just a safety thing. Someone could come along and knock it. Yeah, particularly if you've got tamariki, they tend to like to grab things up on benches. So, just, yeah. Haumarutia te kāinga, o te whare kai. So one of the hard things about life today, and where we find ourselves in our world, where we tend to be shaped and moulded around economic advancement, or you know, the whānau in Auckland, man, the housing prices are terrible, the cost of living is terrible. Fruit and vegetables up here in Kaikoura are shocking. Is that if you want to live a bit more economically and do things that are a bit more sustainable, you're going to have to think about your planning. One of the things that I've enjoyed about cooking over my lifetime is I find it quite therapeutic. I'm an active relaxer. I can't just sit around, so I use cooking as one of those, and so the process of thinking about, okay, what am I going to cook for tea like tonight? I actually thought about this 2 nights ago, what I'm going to do, and so you do need to plan out things, just like your marakai. You do need to plan out your garden and how you're going to grow your vegetables, what you're going to grow, the seasonal variances, the issues around the maramataka, and what that's teaching us and saying it's what's good to plant and what's not good to plant, the times of harvesting. Yeah, you don't want to grow one particular item and then that's all you've got, unless you're in a tradable situation. So our Kaitaki Marakai program, we're encouraging whānau to grow their own vegetables, and this particular kind of movie that, or clicks that I'm doing here, is really just thinking about how we go about cooking and making life for us. That's a bit more sustainable than always going to takeaways. And they look weird, but I've grown them myself, and the pleasure of seeing it grow, and now I'm eating it and feeding my whānau with the kai that we grew in our garden. It's great. In my marakai project, today I planted corn, finished off my tomatoes. I also put down a mixture of broccoli, lettuce and silverbeet. The other day I'd already put down some potatoes and the other tomatoes. So I'm continually thinking about what goes in our mara and what's coming up in the season. Yeah, so things are going well. Let's just have a look around. Yep, so we've got, well actually, let's put the carrots on. brought the water to a boil. I've actually got salt in them, just like the spaghetti or the fettuccine I did last time. It's just to give it a bit of flavour. I've done the same with the for the lettuce. But I won't need to put that in. I don't want it blanched so much that it's all stringy and yucky. I still want the crunch of it. So probably about 3 minutes out, I chuck those into the boiling pot and then just blanch it. Then hopefully everything will come together in timing. Potatoes and kumara. Oh, pai te rongo. Sausages, carrots, and then the lettuce. So it's not a flash kai. It's not picking up on other cultures' kais in relationship to Asian influences, but you could if you wanted to. So leftovers here, you could make up stir fry, but there's never leftovers in the pukahu whānau. We tend to eat everything. We love our kai, so yeah. So now it's really just it's a sequencing event here, so it's just trying to get the timing of all the kai ready at the same time, so that then I can serve it all pretty much hot. Marakai ki te tepu, our garden food to the table, and the table's the last part of the process. We allow whānau to be on our iPads and Facebook and all the other social media times, and the tepu is one of those places where the whānau can get together. We've got a whole lot of boys in our home, and Jose, so she, we don't really talk a lot, but it is a time where we can socially get together and connect and talk about things and reevaluate what's going on, or even just get a bit of a download on what everyone's been doing for the day, and then hopefully enjoy a meal together. Yeah, so I'll take a photo at the end of everything put together and what it looks like. But this is just a simple vegetables, meat dish. Mamanoho really, but yeah. Kia koutou ngā tāne, kia kaha ki te tunu ngā kai mo te whānau. Yeah, men, be creative in the kitchen. This is just a simple one. Did a bolognese before. Think about feeding the whānau, and maybe you save some pingas and somewhere else. Kia ora.